Welcome, Pisces, to your Astro Dice reading for February. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you guys had a wonderful January. Hopefully this month will pan out very well. Let's see what's going on with you, my friends. Best messages coming in. Let's see what's going on. And remember, friends, this is a general reading, so what doesn't resonate, go ahead and throw away. It's meant for someone, not always you. Take what resonates, and as we always say, right, just throw it away, what does not. Don't try to make it fit if you know it's not going to fit. But remember, too, this is also considered near future. So even though it hasn't happened now, it doesn't mean it will not happen, okay? Could happen for some and not all, okay? And just try to keep an open mind. You never know. Okay, let's see. Best message coming out. Gemini energy into the 12th house with some North Node going on over here. Talking about that soul, that karma. Okay, let's see. Using Vesta over here, the goddess within your sacred spiritual center and quiet dignity. So with the North Node, we're talking about what is going on within your destiny, right? Keeping yourself on the right path, right? Keeping in line, having experiences that are in line with your soul's destiny and from which you can gain advancement in your spiritual development and karmic path, right? Stay on that destined path, try to learn what we need to learn one way or another. No matter what the path may be, right? Sometimes we wander off paths, but there's, what path is it that we really need for that spiritual peace? Going into Gemini over here. The energy is communicative, mischievous, lively, witty, and informative. Stimulating exchange is possible. And going straight into the 12th house. The area of your life that is overwhelming you. You yield to a greater cause or power. Oh, well, that's crazy because we're talking about the North Node. We're talking about, what is it that I'm going on? Is it for my highest good? Is it the area of my life, right? If I'm supposed to be teaching, right, people of something, then I should probably be somewhere where I am teaching people because I am a great teacher, right? Whether it's teaching students, even in this, type of work I do here, right? I feel like I am teaching, especially like manifestation, things like that nature, right? So if that's what you're doing, am I staying on that type of path that I need? If I'm a healer, then I should be in nursing, something, you see what I'm saying? Doing something of the healing, because I am a natural healer, right? Maybe even a veterinarian. Maybe I'm not even healing people, but as long as I'm healing something, right? Because my destiny calls and says I should be healing. Okay, so it wants you to yield to the greater cause or power. So going straight into the situation is taking place in the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. So it's really trying to center you. I feel like that's what it is. It's trying to call you back to a place where you need to be, right? Maybe you feel like I kind of wandered off the path over here for whatever reason. Everybody's destiny is a little different. For justice. You need that justice within yourself. You need that truth, coming to the truth of the situation. The opportunity is calling your name. Underneath this Gemini, it's saying, there's going to be a lot of information coming from this situation that's going to be calling your name. This gift is coming towards you. This opportunity, this open door is coming towards you. It wants you to venture through this door. It wants you to venture towards this Ace of Pentacles. This is a very solid, justified piece for you. Okay, this is where it wants you to feel like you're secure, holding on tight to this solid foundation. I'm going to offer this to you. I want you to hold this tight. I want you to take this opportunity. Right, this is going to be good for you. This is a place that's good for you. Okay, hold on to your dreams. Hold on to this opportunity. Whatever's beckoning, Maybe it's even within your mind, you know, I need to go for this place, and then the universe will open these doors for me. A couple cards over here. Clarify on the justice, please. So it's definitely justified that wherever you're thinking, whatever you know is going on, this is where you're supposed to be. This is what needs to be. And all this information is going to come through this solid foundation. It's just, you know, getting there. Right now, it just feels like wherever you are, you have some broken ideas, some broken passions. And they're saying, I want you to, you know, balance what's broken. Balance what needs to be done so you can get back to that milestone, get back to that passion, get back to what you know you're passionate about. Take that opportunity. And it could even be building a family. Maybe you know you want to have a family. Everybody is going to be different. Taking the courage and taking these standing points of strength and inner willpower to say, you know what, this is what I want, and this is what I'm dreaming of. This is what my desire is. The Queen of Wands has a lot of desire. She knows what she wants, and she has the willpower to do so. If you know that something is standing in your way of getting to your desire, to this Ace of Pentacles, you're going to have to hold tight and figure out how I'm going to maneuver around this to keep my passions going, to keep what it is I need, to keep my power. Because something right now is overwhelming you to get to being this Queen of Wands. Could even be a hidden desire, a hidden talent that you are going to overcome. She also hides a lot as well. She's a very mysterious queen in her own ways. You might even feel like you might have something that's a little hidden within you, needing to tap into that power, right? Really give that opportunity. And if you know that it's something there and you have a strength within this, and you know it could be to that point where it could become stronger, right? Then I really need to focus on that. I really need to learn this information. Maybe you need to go to school to tap into this, learn more about this desire. But however it is, there's a lot of information coming out. It could be from a Gemini or a Libra about this situation. However it is, listening, learning, paying attention, new information coming out of the situation, a lot of communication. And that Gemini, though, is saying there is something surrounding communication that you know could lead you to where it is you feel you need to be. But you also have this overwhelming factor, and maybe this is what you need. Maybe it's all this information you're going, I don't know how to get there. I'm going to have to really think about the situation. So something definitely in the beginning of the month is really going to lead you down this road of really making you contemplate on how I'm going to get to this desire, this destiny. This destiny is the desire. Ooh. In the middle of the month, there is betrayal. It could be betraying yourself, feeling like you're betraying yourself, feeling like I am moving away from, I am taking these swords and I need to move this way. Maybe you even feel like somebody is betraying you by not coming with you where you want to be in this desired area of your life. Maybe you feel like somebody is getting away with something and it's taking a stronghold and overwhelming you on the path to victory, on this destined path. It could even be that you might feel like, oh, in the love department, it could be that you're learning a lot about this karmic, what you might feel. Well, if you're going to get away with something and you're acting very strategical about the situation, maybe my destiny is not to be with you. Maybe our chains need to be cut. That's a part of destiny. That's a part of karma. That's a part of what happens, right? I've learned what I need to learn from this karmic, and now I know I need to push myself away from you because you're no longer a part of this destiny. I've learned what I need to learn. Soul contract broken. Putting yourself into a place of give and take, a place where you feel balanced. It's all about the balance and where I'm balancing, and I'm doing a balancing act not only, for my destiny and where I know I need to be, but also for my desire, my dream, knowing what it is I truly desire. So having disappointments, walking away from the situation, whether they're walking away from the situation or you are walking away from the situation, however it is, it's like you're in this place of withdrawal. You might even be in this place of escape. It could be even like your own fantasy type world, where you're just kind of escaping the situation so that you can go think about what it is you want to think about. With the moon over here, it literally could be an illusion you're putting yourself into, right? I'm putting myself into this place of kind of a fantasy that's not real, to kind of escape this so that I can think about what it is I truly want to have and desire. So a lot of times the escape is within our own mind, right? So that we can balance ourselves out, try to figure things out. And that just means I'm not listening to what you're doing. I'm totally withdrawn from anything that you're doing at this time while I'm thinking about how I'm going to get to places I need to be. So it does feel in February that, you know, you were just in this place of not allowing yourself to be deceived by something that seems like it's a good thing, or somebody that's trying to tell you something that feels like it's overwhelming you, and you know, this is where I want to be, but that's not where it seems to be going. The sun. This is, you know, I'm looking for the sun. You're looking for the overall blessing. You're looking for the things that have this positive change. You might be looking at this person for positive change. Could be definitely dealing with a Gemini or a Libra. It doesn't have to be, but you definitely feel like there is this change that needs to be happening around me so that I can feel this blessing, so I can feel this happiness, so I can feel my soul is on its own journey. The sun is the soul. So I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. Going after my own 9 of Cups. So giving and taking to myself. I don't even know. You're trying to be as fair, but I feel like the fairness when it comes down to this situation is there was so much maybe unfairness to yourself at one time that you're definitely changing you're turning the tables towards yourself now. You're saying, I'm balancing out and being fair to myself, to my gift, and it could be the gift. Sitting on top of the gift from the beginning of the month. This gift, this opportunity, this new way of thinking, the way I want to be, the way I want to have my abundance. Being generous to myself, not offering everything out everywhere else because it seems very imbalanced. Trying to keep that stability alive that you had in the very beginning of the month. So whatever information is coming, right? And it could even be just information and a download from your own higher self. It doesn't even have to be real information from the outside world. It could just be like that aha moment where you're sitting there, you're contemplating, and you hear this, you know, and you're like, okay, you know, kind of having that talk with yourself, you know what I mean? And you're like hearing that, and you're like, wait, hold on a second. Wait a minute. You know, light bulb goes off in the mind, and it's like, hold on a second. You know what, mind? You're absolutely correct. Why am I doing this? Why are they holding me back? Why is this happening, right? So you're having this sudden awareness that, you know what, this is where I'm going to withdraw from this situation. I have to withdraw from this situation. I have to walk around. There's a lot of disappointments going on, and I'm having this fully understanding and full awareness of the situation. I'm very inspired to understand that this tower is built on crappy foundation, right? This is just, it's so unstructured. It's not, right? It's not going to last. One lightning strike, it's all over. And so it does feel like you will have this tower moment, but I do feel like it's the overall awareness. And with this overall awareness, you are going to tear the walls down, and you're going to allow everything to crumble in this certain situation. Like I said, and a lot of it feels like it could be a lot of mind through communication, right? So that you can rebuild into the foundations of what it is that you have the power, where your greater cause is, where you want to be. Because it does feel like whatever you're doing, it's not hitting home for you. It might be hitting home for someone else. Maybe you're living for someone else's desires and yours is not included. So something has to give. And the tower is going to fall. Because no matter what, it's almost like you have this idea, and you're going to have this idea that no matter what's going to happen in the end, the tower is going to friggin' fall. It cannot sustain anymore. For I cannot sustain anymore. Something has to give. So I'm going to be aware that this is going to fall. I have the understanding that this fall. That's why I'm going to escape this tower? And are you actually averting the tower moment, right? Are you actually averting in a lot of ways? In some ways you are. Because you know it could be so much worse if I don't do something about it. So I do feel in the mid-month you're going to have this greater understanding and inspiration coming through you as you are this Queen of Wands, bringing in this energy of this fire, right? And really breaking it down, right? Really breaking it down. Okay. No more delays. In the mid-month, or in the end of the month, excuse me, you're saying there is going to be no more delays. I am returning to the travels of the destiny of where I need to be. Right? I don't want to feel stuck anymore. There feels like there's a lot of lack of planning. There's a lot of things going on around you, and it just feels like this is the place where I have to, I'm going to really take control of the situation. I'm going to put myself first. I'm going to put myself in the Emperor's seat. Maybe the other person has been in the Emperor's seat too long. Maybe you avoided the Emperor's seat because you allowed someone else to sit there, to have this power, to rule, and maybe you even feel like they were ruling over you. And now you're saying, this is where I'm taking the control back, and I'm putting myself maybe into a protection, but I will find what's practical for me, put myself back on that destined path where I need to be, where I feel comfortable, and I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. And like I said, there's a lot of communication, and I think that a lot of this communication, my friends, is really a lot of your thinking. As I see it, I see a lot of thinking. I think it's all mostly downloads from your higher self. It does not mean that there was not somebody else there that inspired this conversation, that got you rolling into the situation, that got you thinking about the situation. Maybe it was the video. Maybe it's this video that you're going to watch before February even hits. Even though I am not a Gemini, right? But it's not the point. The point is it could be, right? It could just be as little as a tarot reader saying something before February even hits, because this video is out before February, right? So, you see what I'm saying? So it could just be something just as little, and then gets you thinking. Maybe it wasn't me, maybe it was somebody else, maybe it was a TV commercial, who knows what it was. But it's going to lead you to your victory. But no matter what it is, how it is, it's going to be a lot of downloads afterwards, because you're going to have a lot of thinking. A lot of inspired action, a lot of sudden awareness is going to start impacting your life and your mind to get you into this area where you're saying, wait a minute, hold on a second. You know what? Because this is overwhelming me. But you already knew that was overwhelming you. I just sometimes think that we kind of put blinders on and we don't see the overall of what's going on within a situation. We kind of play it small. We keep it smaller than it is until we just come to the conclusion, wait a minute, I was making this smaller than it needed to be, because this is why I'm not really happy. This is why I don't feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be. Because I was never truly doing my own true desires to really get to where I want to truly be. Yes, it doesn't mean I was not 100% happy. It just means it's very overwhelming, because it just feels like I'm not in a power place. Maybe you're even in a relationship with a power play. Someone who always needs to be in control, right? Everybody's story is a little bit different. But no matter what it is, or maybe you had to step out of your power play for children, right? For this, for that. There's all kinds of reasons why we end up off of our destined path, why we end up somewhere, right? That we're, and then forget. And then we wonder why. Why do I feel this way? Why am I so overwhelmed? Why do I feel like it's not going the way I want it to be? So this is where you're going to now go from Queen of Wands to Emperor and say, I'm going to step into my Emperor mode, and I'm going to take back my power, my authority, and structure myself where I know that the structure is broken. Whatever that structure is. Right? Living in the past, living from the past. Right? And there could have been a lot of past karma. This is under the North Node. This is a karmic. So it could even be saying, because something karmically is going on within your life, that you're reliving a lot of your past karma. So a lot of your past karma has something to do with what's going on within the situation. Right? Breaking that past karma. Going past that, right? Because that's what it's saying. We need to break the karma, right? Need to getting through those, right? The karmic path. Remember what it says. Experiences that are in line with your soul's destiny and from which you can gain a advancement in your spiritual development and karmic path. This is a path card, isn't it? If we had it right side up, it would be what? Preparing for progress for your path, seeing your ships come in, seeing and moving forward towards your desire, seeing the things that you want. It is in reverse though, saying because I was playing it small, I was in procrastination, there was obstacles, I felt stuck in the what? Past. But for you, my friends, it could be the past from this life, but it's also referring to past, reliving the past. Man, you could have a south node with the north node on this one. Because in a lot of ways, what it's saying is not only are you doing the same thing in this life by living in the past, you did the same thing in the last life, which is leading you on this path of not getting to your destiny. Boom. Surpassing, playing it small, and not accomplishing. So it's saying, I want you to move past this. I want you to get past this. Get past this past. This past, right? Right? So it's saying that's what it is, right? And it's like, oh my gosh. So it wants you with the Emperor, as you get into Emperor mode and you discipline yourself through this and find it very practical. You're going to see the practical sides though. Right? You're going to be very practical about it. And this is going to shift you into the Fool. This is going to shift you into this new you. It's going to shift you into this new path because you said, I don't want this path. Maybe you even felt it was a path that you had once before. Literally in the past life, you already probably had, you literally already did this. With the past, with the Six of Cups, yeah. And you could even maybe even tell yourself in this lifetime, well, shit, I did this 10 years ago, and now I've ended up in the same loop again. How does this keep happening? Karmic trenches. It works for a while, but then it digs us back into the same thing. Why? Because we're just doing the same thing over and over. We're not allowing our mind to change. We're not allowing ourselves to completely shift. Right? So you could say, you were playing it small, my friends. You weren't taking the big chunk. You weren't playing. When we play it small in life, we will continue to make the same past errors. And it's saying you did the same thing in the past life. Because your mind only knows you can only grow this much. Well, I can only make this much money. That's just an example. Right? Of how you keep getting into the same areas. Right? So it's like a karmic trench that keeps coming back. And then you're like looking back at it, and then you get to a certain amount, and then it can't move past that cap. And then for some reason, the desire, it stays, but it's like I'm still not where I'm supposed to be. And it says, make that Fool, make that leap of faith. Take that leap of faith so that you can get to where it is you want to be. Take the lead. Take the authority where you need to be. Be disciplined about the situation. Be practical about the situation and think about it. You have all the downloads that you need to be able to have this victory, to feel like you're moving in the area of where your good fortune will be. You will find that in your life, that even the small baby steps that you're taking towards this, as you are moving forward in this situation, that you are going to find yourself more victorious this month. At the end of the month, you will find this victory. The victory in itself is, you know what, even if I hadn't done something huge, I am victorious because I have taken the first steps to what it is I truly want for myself. Now I don't feel as overwhelmed about the situation. I now feel like I'm in the sunlight. I feel like I'm moving towards a place to where I feel comfortable. And it doesn't even have to be the biggest thing. It could just be, wow, I changed this little piece and it's going to build. Now it's going to build that structure back up. right? Now you're maintaining, building the structure of where you want to be. It's going to be lively. You're just going to make your communication more entertaining. As you are telling people, I'm changing, people are going to see it in the way you're communicating as well. About, just the energy in itself as you are getting rid of that overwhelming, thing that is going on, the place that you feel like you're stuck at a crossroads where you felt like, I don't understand why this is. And then you will start feeling like the Empress. Now you're going from, the Queen of Wands to the Emperor to the Empress. Why? Because now you're going to nurture the situation. You're giving birth to something new. You've taken back the power. You had the intuition. You had the courage. You took back the power, right? And now you're going to start nurturing and building. You're going to nurture and build this. Bring it to light. Bring it to life. Build where it is you want it to build. Harvest. Feel like you're harvesting and planting where you need to harvest and plant. And there's a lot of control. It's a lot of control because you're saying, I'm not going to allow you to have this control anymore. This is where I want to be. And there's a lot of co-creation, which is co-creating with the universe. There's a lot of manifesting, a lot of building, a lot of magic, a lot, of things getting done. Seeing the magic actually happen step by step, little by little. Takes time, but in your ways, you're kind of building your new empire. One that's stable. Remember, you got the stable situation with the Ace of Pentacles. So they're saying, break this one down and build something that's stable. This one's going to fall. You keep continuing to keep fighting against it, you're not going to get to your world. If you keep fighting against it, you won't get to the Fool. You won't get to this new chapter. So you have to stop fighting, right? Like I said, a lot of it's internal. Now you're going to start planting those seeds, right? Like I said, with the Empress and the Nine of Coins. Now you're going to start seeing those rewards as the Magician continues to keep going. Will you see them right away? You guys already, if you've been here long enough, you already know my answer. If you're new, I'll give you the answer. In secret. No, I'm just kidding. No, in secret code. Because those who've been here already know my answer. Absolutely, probably not. Will you feel it? Yes. So will you see the magic in a lot of ways? Yes, energetically. Through yourself, through the way you feel. Will you see the end results quick? This is baby steps. So probably not. It takes time. You're going to build. This isn't Rome. It didn't fall in, It's funny, you can build Rome. They say they built Rome, what was it, overnight or something, and then it fell overnight. But it doesn't matter. The whole thing is you're not building Rome overnight. Okay. And seriousness will probably take you till probably at least springtime when the Nine of Coins is Taurus season. Because the Nine of Coins can be Taurus or Capricorn energy for me. Some use her as Virgo, and that's fine. Actually, on the card, she's showing Virgo, and that's fine. It doesn't matter. And it could be Virgo season. So it could be anywhere between spring to summer. But because I'm seeing the Empress next to her, I'm thinking, a lot of it you're going to really start seeing during May. That's really what I want to say for the majority of you. You'll really start seeing the put together pieces during May. And then I would have to say that, you're really going to probably start one, like boom, boom, boom. Yeah, probably during Virgo Libra season. As Venus, Venus over here is the Empress. So she's ruling. So you can only say that I'm going to create all this, and we'll start seeing my harvest bloom during that, during that Taurus season. Maybe even be able to pick some of that fruit. By Libra season, I assume that everything's going to be really feeling a lot stronger. Your foundations are going to feel very strong as you will keep going. But to actually get to where you're really feeling the overall rewards could take a couple of years, guys. It depends on what you're doing. Everybody's story is different, so I cannot say that. This is a general reading, but I would say that if you started those foundations, you're really going to see some, a little bit of harvest, definitely during Taurus season. And if it's something that you know doesn't, you're not going to take it that long, it could take a couple of weeks. It depends on what you're doing. But I'm always very practical myself about the situation. So I would say that you're definitely not going to even be able to harvest really anything off of this situation except for beautiful energy until probably Taurus season, which is the end of April going into May. Okay. Oh my gosh, but I love it. But just think about it. It's like right around the corner, right? I mean, it is. You know, unless you allow yourself to get stuck in your head and you keep pounding at it going, where is it, where is it, where is it? But if you just allow it to flow and go, you're going to find that was really, whoa, there's some corn coming in over here, right? Next thing you know, you're going to have bundles of corn and wheat, you know, probably by October. If you continue with this process, unless you only need it for that process. If it's only something that needs to be done, that only is that, then yeah. Like I said, general reading. Okay, my friends, till next time, keep harvesting. Bye-bye.